A short biography of Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879 in Ulm, Germany. He is the son of an electrical engineer. Einstein's father was Hermann Einstein, while his mother was Pauline Koch. In 1880, when he was 1 year old, Einstein moved to Munich to join his father, who was building an electrical equipment company with his uncle Jacob. Albert Einstein received his first education at a Catholic elementary school in the city of Munich. Einstein attended school in Munich when he was 5 years old, or from 1884 to 1887. Albert Einstein's education. In 1887, when he was 8 years old, Einstein studied at the Luitpold Gymnasium, which is now called the Albert Einstein Gymnasium. There, Albert Einstein studied middle school to high school. Albert Einstein was a child who really loved mathematics and physics. In addition, when he was 12 years old, Albert Einstein had already mastered algebra and Euclidean geometry by himself. He also succeeded in proving the truth of the Pythagorean theorem. At the age of 14, Albert Einstein considered himself to have mastered integral and differential calculus. Then, in 1896, when he was 17 years old, he continued his education at the Swiss Federal Polytechnic in the city of Zurich to study physics and mathematics. Currently, the Swiss Federal Polytechnic is named Eidgenossische Technische Hochschule, Ed. Albert Einstein completed his education at the Swiss Federal Polytechnic in 1900. A year later, he officially became a Swiss citizen. Albert Einstein's career. In 1901, Albert Einstein worked at a patent office for intellectual property in Bern. There, he served as an assistant examiner for level 3. Albert Einstein always used his free time to study physics. In 1902, Albert Einstein and his friends in Bern formed a discussion group called the Olympia Academy. The discussion group often meets regularly to discuss science and philosophy. Then, in 1903, Albert Einstein was appointed as a permanent employee. During his work, Albert Einstein made many works, the majority of which were related to electrical signal transmission and mechanical electrical synchronization. Thanks to this work, Albert Einstein discovered the nature of light and the basic connection between space and time. Albert Einstein's work in 1905, Albert Einstein published 4 papers. Einstein's first paper was about the special theory of relativity, or a new data that could be used to view space and time. The second paper about photons, or light, can give rise to small bursts of energy. The third paper is about objects and energy, each of which can be transformed into other objects or energy. The fourth paper is about speed in the form of movement of small particles in solution, or known as Brownian motion. In 1909, many scientists realized that Albert Einstein's works were important scientific works. In fact, the University of Zurich awarded Albert Einstein the title of doctorate professor. Albert Einstein then taught science about electrodynamics and the principle of relativity. However, in 1912, Albert Einstein returned to the Swiss Federal Polytechnic in Zurich. There, Albert Einstein taught students about thermodynamics and analytical mechanics. In the same year, namely 1912, Albert Einstein was appointed professor of theoretical physics. As a genius physicist, Albert Einstein succeeded in making various discoveries, such as the special theory of relativity, the mass-energy equivalence theory, and the atomic bomb. The following is the explanation.
Special theory of relativity. This theory is a theory in the paper zur Elektrodynamik bewegter Körper, electrodynamics of moving objects. This theory combines Maxwell's equations, laws of electricity and magnetism, and Newton's laws of mechanics. Initially, Albert Einstein included the special theory of relativity in the science of kinematics, or the science of moving objects. In addition, this theory was initially rejected by many physical scientists. However, scientists are slowly accepting this theory. Albert Einstein then further developed this theory until it became the general theory of relativity. The concept used by Albert Einstein was the Minkowski concept. Mass-energy equivalence theory. The energy-mass equivalence theory is a theory that is currently used by students and physicists. This theory was created by Albert Einstein from his observations of objects moving at almost the speed of light. In this theory there is a very famous formula, namely E equals mc squared. E refers to energy, J, m is mass, kg, and c is the speed of light, m.s1. Based on the formula E equals mc squared, the maximum amount of energy an object can produce is equal to the mass of the object multiplied by the square of the speed of light. Atom bomb. Even though he did not directly discover the atomic bomb, Albert Einstein had a hand in the discovery of the bomb of mass destruction. This happened when two physicists of Hungarian descent, namely Leo Szilard and Eugene Wigner, met Albert Einstein while in the United States. At that time, Szilard and Wigner advised Albert Einstein to write a letter directly to the President of the United States at that time, Franklin D. Roosevelt. In his letter, Albert Einstein asked President Franklin D. Roosevelt to conduct research on the atomic bomb. At that time, Albert Einstein hoped that the creation of atomic bombs would be used as a weapon to avoid or prevent enemy attacks, not to defeat the enemy. The creation of the atomic bomb was then carried out in August 1939 until it succeeded in paralyzing the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan in 1945. Move to the United States. In 1933, when the Nazi Party and Adolf Hitler took control of Germany, Jewish descendants were in danger. Those of Jewish descent who held positions in various institutions had their positions revoked by the Nazi German government. This left Jewish scientists who taught at various universities in Germany unemployed. At that time, Albert Einstein was in England and was protected by the commander of the British Navy, Oliver Locker Lampson. Albert Einstein also managed to meet Winston Churchill, British Prime Minister from 1940 to 1945. He asked Winston Churchill for help to rescue Jewish scientists in Germany so they could be brought to England and given work. Apart from that, Albert Einstein also sent a letter to the Prime Minister of Turkey, İsmet İnönü, to provide jobs for German Jewish scientists. As a result, more than 1,000 Jewish scientists were rescued and employed by the Turkish government. Then, in 1933, Albert Einstein returned to the United States and taught at the Institute for Advanced Study. He lived in the United States until he legally became a citizen in 1940. Die. Albert Einstein continued to work as a teacher at various universities in the United States until he died. He died on April 17, 1955 due to bleeding due to a ruptured abdominal aortic aneurysm. Albert Einstein died at Princeton Hospital at the age of 76.